Okay, hi, good morning, everyone. So, welcome to the training. So, we will be learning how to turn data into insights. Okay, so we know, right? Usually, we can run our code or we use the software to create charts. Okay, and then we turn the data into visualizations. But how we can make it to extract insights? Okay, that can be helpful for decision making. Okay, so today we will learn some fundamentals of the visualizations in Python and Power BI, and after that we will have some hands-on. Okay, and also we'll learn how to utilize different types of data to extract the insights. Okay, so my name is Manorita. Okay, you can call me Miss Rita. So a little bit about myself. So I have completed my bachelor degree in mathematics and also my master's in data science and analytics, both in UKM. And I'm also working as a lecturer, data science lecturer at Raffles University, Johor Bahru, and also a private tutor. So for now, I'm a certified trainer, soon to be an accredited trainer. And to challenge myself a little bit this year, I started my PhD journey at UM, also in data science. Okay, so basically I'm doing food wastage reduction using machine learning models. Okay, and so I love data science. So I'll be very happy to communicate about data with you. Okay, so that's a little bit about myself. So now it's your turn. So now let's start with looking around. Okay, let's look around you. What you can see? What you can see? Anything? You can see a whiteboard. Okay, with some writings. What else? Chair, colorful chairs, a door, table, laptop, all those, right? Okay, so now imagine a world without color. Okay, so everything that you have seen just now, right? Table, chair, laptop, all that. Imagine they don't have any colors. Okay, so how would it make you feel? And what do you think would change in your life? Okay, maybe each one of you can share together with your name and from where. Okay, so we break the ice. Okay, so maybe you can start from this side. Your wish.
Okay, my name is Nuraini Danila, and I'm from. Is it my company or?
Yeah.
My company is under Alpha Soundscape and Design Sdn Bhd. And then.
Your job role.
Oh, my job role currently is I'm a project operation executive.
Okay. Okay.
Back to the question, what do you think would change in your life if all the colors is gone, right?
Yeah.
So I think I might be depressed because it's not like any colorful or such as sunlight. Kind of get some healing in sunlight. So if the color is gone, then I think I might be depressed.
Okay.
Because it's just black and white.
Because there's nothing interesting in life, right?
It's
Okay.
Depressed or we see white as a what how I can say that. White is
Nothing.
Nothing plain.
Nothing plain. Okay. Okay, thank you. Next.
Okay, hi, my name is Afika.
Okay.
I'm from Alpha Soundscape and Design also. My position is quantity surveyor.
Mm.
And how would it make feel? I think my life will be boring because as a woman, I love colors.
Okay. So what is your favorite color?
It's pink and yellow.
Okay.
So now that the color is gone, I would say
It's very hard, right, if you want to choose something to buy.
yeah.
Because you don't know which one is your favorite. We usually go with colors, right? We pick favorite color. Even it's a shirt or buying a car, we pick our favorite color, right?
Yeah.
So it will be very hard for us to choose. Maybe.
But only two colors,
black and white.
Pretty easy also.
Okay.
But boring.
Boring. Okay, thank you. How about you?
My name is Roy.
Okay.
From Checkpoint Sport.
Okay.
Right.
So you're working as?
Basically, our company does registration, so there's a lot of data for us to manipulate. So, yeah.
Okay.
And
I didn't understand that.
oops. How did we feel without colors? I mean, I guess it's a very dull, world, and a lot of things are in colors, right? Even like in football, right?
Yeah.
The jerseys are all in different colors, so without colors,
We cannot differentiate, right?
Yes.
The team.
So it doesn't make sense anymore to play
Correct.
any games. Right?
Correct. Okay, interesting. Next.
I'm Fisha. I'm still a student from Monash University. I'm going to continue my postgraduate.
Okay. So you are currently learning or studying data science, is it? Thank you. So back to the question.
How I would feel is like feel very distant to the world. Like world, everything is about color. If there's no
Okay.
color, it will be very distant and then loneliness.
Okay. Thank you. Next.
Good morning. My name is Gomagan Gopalakrishnan. I work as a market insight manager for Malaysian Convention Exhibition Bureau. It's an agency under Ministry of Tourism and Arts and Culture.
Okay.
So for the first question, how it feel, I think it's not something new for me because throughout the transition of time, there wasn't what they call online newspaper. Those newspapers, some of the pictures are in black and white.
Correct.
And during those times also, like when they take a picture for yourself, let's say just for your school registration one, there is a black and white those days. So I would say.
So you have experienced all that, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Throughout the transition, I feel that okay, it's more of like retro kind of thing.
Okay.
So
So what are the changes that you have noticed before and after?
during the time, I noticed like the millennium and the year 2000 Y2K, all those things, like and up to current that AI takes control of the information. So what I find it is like I've seen both those like automated and non-automated. So I feel like automated saves time and also increase productivity. But even without automated can be done, it just take a longer time.
Okay, correct. Thank you. Next.
Hi, I'm Maureen, Executive Market Insight from my side. So if the world is without color, I think it's going to be very boring and dull. It's like going backwards.
Yeah,
The
yeah, right.
film is in black and white. So imagine if we watch the movie in black and white, it's going to be less exciting. But nowadays it's bright.
Especially when we have transited, right? Like now we have colors and all that. And suddenly, what if no colors?
Yeah.
Very boring, right? Okay. So the reason why I asked this question, so that's what happened to data when we don't use colors. Okay, when we don't use charts. Okay, so the data will be very boring, very hard to understand. Like the football team, we cannot differentiate between the insights that we can extract from the data. And what else? It's very boring basically. So we cannot explain or we cannot deliver what we want to deliver correctly, right? We can't just give them the table and then, okay, you understand the table. Cannot, right? So that's what happened to data when we don't use visualizations, okay? So the learning outcome of today's training, at the end of this training, all the participants will be able to acquire these three things. First one, identify the importance of data visualizations. Okay, you should know why data visualization is important. Okay, so the second one is to demonstrate common tools and techniques, how we can use or how we can convert our data to visualizations, and to apply effective visualization examples. So basically, we'll do some hands-on with different data. Okay. So before we go into the real session, let's play a quick game. Okay, read and understand the statement below in 5 seconds. Okay, you can find for any words or any sentence, but try to understand what the passage is trying to convey. Okay, so ready? 5 seconds. Okay. So tell me, what you can see or what you observe from the passage. Anyone? It can be even with traffic
Increase.
increase. Okay, good.
Then
That's how. So can you guess what the passage is all about?
it's about the website.
Website. So you have noticed the word website also. Okay, good. Others?
I noticed 3 minutes average.
Average 3 minutes. Okay, so I think you are more to a number person, is it? Okay, so now let's repeat the same activity with 5 seconds and see what we can observe. Okay. Okay, so now what you can see?
Increase because of holiday.
Increase because of holiday, correct? What else? Can we get a picture of what the passage is all about? 3 minutes, average. How about the graph? Able to observe the graph?
It's increased.
Increasing, right? So what is the difference between the passage, the initial one, and the one with some colors and graph?
Visualization makes things look easier to understand.
Easier to understand. And one more important thing,
Highlight the
important details, and it's very quick to analyze, right? So if you just present a text to someone, let's say you want to convey or want to present to your boss or anyone, your colleagues, you just present them in text. How long does it take for them to understand the text, right? What if you convert it into a graph or even the text, but you highlight important parts? So it will save your time, right? Also, it will enable them to understand the key points. Okay, so that is what data visualization do. So the definition, or what is data visualization? It's a graphical representation of data and information. Okay, and how we can represent that? Through charts, graph, and other formats like dashboard. Okay, all that. And why it is important? Because it can quickly identify pattern. Okay, are you able to quickly identify the pattern just now? Right, using the graph. And then trend, whether it's increase or decrease, and outliers in the data. So what is outlier? What is outlier? Not sure. Okay, outlier is something that is abnormal in your data. Okay, a value that is extremely high or extremely low. So you can handle or manage outliers, but in most cases, especially companies, they will remove. Okay, but there are ways to manage outliers. Okay, so when you visualize the graph, the data into charts, you can easily detect if there's outlier or not. Okay, and it enhances decision making. You can make a proper decision, improve understanding, and make data more accessible to wider audience. Okay, so even though those without any proper statistic background or data background, they can easily understand what you are conveying, okay, by using charts. So it turns raw data into actionable insights and aids in clear communication. Okay, rather than reading the passage to them, we can just show them one pie chart and explain all the things that they can get, okay, from the data. Okay, so which one is easier to understand? We have a table of 12 months, January until December, and the number of website visits. And on the right side, we have number of website visits, but in chart. So which one do you think easy to understand? Chart, right? We can see which one is the highest. Okay, which month we have the highest website visitors, which is July, and we have not to say lowest, but comparatively lower than others. Okay, so we have September, okay, only September. So from the table, can you just looking at the table identify which one is the highest and lowest? It will take time, right? This one we just have 12 rows. But imagine when you have 10,000 rows, which is very usual in industries, right? So that's the importance of visualization. Quickly identify the pattern and improve understanding and also aid in clear communication. Okay, just convert and then we can straight away see which one is highest, which one is lowest, and where to focus for our next agenda or decision making. Okay, so how to make those charts or visualizations? We have a few techniques. The first one is bar chart. Okay, so you have been using bar chart, right? Okay, so it's basically to compare between categories. When you have categories, like for example, favorite season. Okay, so we can compare using bar chart. And then to rank items. Okay, what else we can use for bar chart? Any example that you are using in your daily life? Anything? What kind of data or variable that you use for your bar chart? Stock. Okay. So your x-axis will be what? Days.
The number of the
Quantity.
quantity.
Quantity will be your y-axis, right? So your x-axis will be
Item.
items. Okay. Okay. So we compare between the categories, right? Okay. Next we have pie chart. So pie chart is basically to show the proportions. Okay. What is the proportion of this category? What is the proportion of another category? So usually some cases we can use both bar chart and pie chart. But what is one limitation in pie chart? Anyone can answer. One limitation of pie chart when you want to compare between categories.
Limited variable. Like bar chart, we can have a lot, but pie chart, if you put a lot, it becomes.
Correct. If bar chart, you can put even 10 bars. But if you put 10 components in pie chart, is it easy to interpret? No, right? So that's one limitation of pie chart. When we have a lot of components, it is not really relevant to use pie chart. Okay? Unless like you really have so many differences between each categories. And by just looking at your pie chart like this one, all these three are equal, right? So we can easily see, okay, this one are equal and this one is a bit lower. But what if you have so many categories? It will be hard for us to understand, right? So we need to aware of all these things. And then the third one is line chart. So line chart is basically displaying trends over time. We want to compare the trend upside and down, upward and downward trends, comparing multiple data sets. Okay, so let's say we want to compare the bread sales between two retail shops. Okay, so you can compare which one is highest, which one is lowest, and then you can see both of the shop peaked at the same month. So what could be the reason that they are highest? And for the lowest, what could be the reason? And we can compare both the retail shop, they have the same month as the lower sale. So maybe there might be some common reason, right? Okay, so we can use to compare between the multiple data set over the time. Okay, and another tool or technique that we can visualize data is using dashboard. So are you using dashboard in your company? You're using dashboard. So what software you are using?
Oh, our own.
Own software, is
Our own
it?
software. But
Okay.
it's not so comprehensive.
Okay. Okay. How about the other companies? Are you using dashboard? No. So you're using Excel, is it? Okay. But
We have CRM, but
Okay.
it's not
Ah,
full visualization.
okay, got it. Okay, so today we'll see how to get something like this, okay, in Power BI. Okay, so before that, what you can observe? So this one is basically a sales analysis, and then we have sales representative names with their sale and profit margin, and then we have some visualizations. So what you can observe? We don't have the data, we have never seen the data, but by just looking at the dashboard, what insight you can extract? You can just pick one.
The revenue is growing year on year.
The revenue is
Growing.
growing year by year, okay, correct? Even though there are some fluctuation, but if you look at the trend, it's going upward. Okay, what else?
Profit margins.
Profit margins, okay, what you can observe?
Grows increase steady consistently.
Okay, consistently, correct?
Fluctuating business.
Fluctuation.
Quarterly.
Okay.
Certain quarter it drops.
In certain quarter it drops. But if we look at the bigger picture, it's actually growing. Okay, but just some
All
fluctuation.
the sales guys are very good.
Very good.
Margin are very high.
Yeah, right, very high.
Very consistent.
So what are the things that we can do? What are the decisions that we can make based on this? So maybe based on this sales representative, we can plan for their promotion. Okay, and for this one, we can look, okay, which year is below or which year is very low. Or you can even go into deeper by months or quarter. Okay, and then how about this marketing and sales? The cost for sales is higher than marketing. So how? Just try. Cost breakdown. So what decision you can make? Can we spend more money on marketing in the future? What do you think? Maybe. Depends on your higher authority.
The
Okay.
profit is high, so
Okay. How about another one? Sales by source. Facebook, email, Twitter, organic search. Which one is the highest?
need to improve on IG and TikTok.
They don't have IG and TikTok, right? Maybe this one is the old one, or their company is not updated. Okay. So these are the things that we can extract. So if you observe here, we don't have any tables of data, right? Only charts and the important values. So by just looking at this, we are able to do decision making. So that's how, even when those who are not dealing with data, or they don't even like you are presenting your stakeholders, right? Or something, someone there is not from your background. So it will be very helpful for them to easily understand. Okay. So common visualization tools to basically to create dashboard, we have Tableau, which enable you to make a very interactive dashboard and handles large data set. Okay, but also there are some limitations. So when we are using the publicly available one, right, they have some limitation in terms of the number of data that we can use. If you use 10,000 rows, they might be lagging. Okay, so Power BI, which will be see later on. So it is advanced and sophisticated visualization to handle complex data, and also Excel. Also we have Python. We will do some Python code later. So the limitation for Tableau and Power BI is the paid version lah. If you really want to implement in your company, you can go for the paid version. Okay. So what is the difference between Tableau and Power BI? Power BI, you need to choose the charts by yourself. Okay, but they will give some, how to say, if you do 5 steps in Excel, you just do 1 step in Power BI. Okay, but what is the advantage of Tableau? It will give you the suggestion of charts. You just import the data, then it will show you which chart is suitable. So you can save your time, you can go for more interesting visualizations, okay, more suitable, relevant. Okay, so let's play another game. So identify which chart is suitable for this scenario. Pie chart. Okay, why pie chart? Comparison. But bar chart also we can use to compare, right? Why pie chart? Percentage, correct. So the keyword is percentage. To compare between the percentage of total market share held by different companies. Okay. Since we don't know how many industries they are taking, so we can go for pie chart. But if it's a lot, then bar chart. Okay. So daily temperature reading over a week to track fluctuations in weather. Line chart, because we want to compare the trend, okay, over the days. Very good one. So previously I've asked the question, right, which one is good, table or visual? Then you all say visual. So now we have two types of graphs here. Same graph, but two types of plotting the graph. Okay. So now which one you think better? A or B? A, they arrange according to the months. B, they arrange in highest to lowest, descending order of the number of visitors, regardless of the month. So which one you think is the effective one? A. Okay, why A? More organized. Okay, can see the trend. More organized. Anyone go with B? No one? Sure? No one? What if you have, you want to compare by month, but for a few years? So you have like year 2010, you have 12. And then you have the continuation, year 2011, you have another 12. Still A. Okay, why still A?
Because they standardize, right?
Standardized, okay. Why B?
Visualization will be easier to see whether it's increase or decrease.
Decrease, okay. So the correct answer is depends on your objective, okay. If you want to look based on your months or quarter, then you can arrange in the way that we have graph A. If you want to look for the trend, or you want to see the highest, lowest, okay, so you can go for B. So it's based on your objective. There's no correct or wrong, okay. So what are the effective way of visualization? Okay, so first we have choosing the right chart, right? So just now we have seen, right, where to choose pie chart, which scenario to choose bar chart or line chart. So use or choose the right chart for your data. And then keep it simple and clear. So don't put so many colors, so many values in your graph. Keep it simple but clear. And then use color wisely. Okay, so when it comes to color, what does it mean by use color wisely? Not too colorful. Okay, correct. What else? Okay, easy to differentiate. Okay, correct. How about the usage of colors? Let's say you want to talk about nature. Can I use red color? No, right? Can I use purple color? I can use, but what is the use of me visualizing the data but using a different color, a color that is not suitable, right? My objective will not be fulfill. I can just use purple color and I can just present. But then is it easily understandable by the audience? Okay, so use color wisely, and then uniform design. Okay, not too much of, let's say we are using Power BI, right? We have 10 types of charts, and then we simply put all 10 types of charts in the dashboard. Is it really necessary? Depends on your data lah. If you think that using those different type of charts will be interesting and useful, then you can use. Okay. And effective use of space. So when we use dashboard, right, later we will see, you cannot leave too much of space. Okay, it should be like the dashboard that I show you just now, right? It should be full but not too compact. Okay. So what do you think about the charts below? A and B. A is a pie chart, B is a line chart.
Not very useful.
Not very useful, right? They use a lot of colors and it is too compact, too many categories, okay? So like the pie chart, right, we can easily see that this is the highest one. But how about this portion here? Can we differentiate? Cannot, right? Okay, so this is what means by non-effective visualizations. Okay, so we need to bear in mind all these things lah. That's why anyone can do charts, anyone can create visualizations, but how we convey the insights. Okay. So, for example, gender. What color we use? Pink and blue, right? So pink, we already know pink for female and blue for male. And when we are dealing with sales data, okay, we can use red, yellow, and green. Red for low, yellow for moderate, and green for high. Okay, so these are the standard colors that we usually use. Okay, so can I use purple, pink, and brown for sales? I can use, but it won't really convey the message. Okay. So let's start with continue with hands-on. So have you download the dataset? Social media dataset. If not, you can scan and download. You can scan and download Excel file. Can download, right? Okay, download first and then you can save in your download folder or anywhere. Okay, meanwhile, I want to explain something. So I have 3 colors here. So when we play any games or hands-on, right, I will ask questions or for your presentation later on. Okay, so you'll get colors for your marks. So green is 5 marks, orange is 4, and yellow is 3. Okay, and at the end, those who get highest mark will get a small gift. Okay. Okay, done. Done. Have you downloaded the data? Done. Okay. How about you? Done. You download already? Okay. Done? Not yet. Done. Okay. So if you are done, we can continue with our Python. So Python, we have two versions. One is the install version, another one is online version. So for our session, we will use the online version. Later I will show you why we use online version and what is the advantage of online version. So have you used Python before? No. Okay. So you can type for Google Colab. Okay, and then choose the first one. Welcome to Google Colab. Done? Okay. Okay, so this how it will looks like. Okay, you have all these things, file, edit, all this. So, okay, can you see this one? Can, okay. So we go to upload, click upload, and then it will ask you to upload a file. So you upload your Python file. They already send you the IPYNB file, right? Data visualizations. Data visualization hands all, and then you have underscore IPYNB. So you upload that file here. Done. Then upload. Okay. So browse and then you can upload. So now this some basic details about the menu bar and all that. So we have file. You can click on this file also to upload. And if you want to edit anything, you can edit here, view, insert. And this one is for code. If you want to create new code, you can click this. If you want to input some text, let's say you want to input some explanation, you can click on this. And this is to run. Okay, it will ask you to run. They will give you the output. Okay. So next we upload the data set. So how to upload the data set? You have these icons at the left, right? So you click on this folder icon, and then it will show you this one. If it doesn't show, you wait for 2-3 seconds, it will pop up. Okay, done. So after done, you put your cursor on this sample data and then it will give you this menu bar. Okay, so click on that and then click on upload. So upload your data set, the one that you download just now. Can? Can? Okay. All good? You have been using Python, right? Okay. can you find the file, you see?
Yeah.
The data set. It's not in the download folder.
It's in download folder, but
Oh, okay. Click again. Click the folder icon.
this one is it?
Okay. Way down. Okay, you
Separate.
click. No, click on the this one, three dot. The menu on the sample.
Okay.
Not yet. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, just click OK. Okay, can you scroll down? You can see the social media data on the sidebar.
Couldn't.
Or you close and then you open back your Google Colab. Okay, upload.
This one is it?
No, you upload, browse.
Okay.
Okay, the data visualization. Click that one first.
Open.
Open. Okay. Okay, and then go to the folder bar at the left. Okay. Okay, wait for a few seconds. Okay, so on the sample, you click the three dot.
Yeah, yeah.
This one. Okay, upload. Okay, upload the data. Okay. Okay, so you click on the arrow there.
Which arrow? This one.
This arrow, click. Okay, got social media. Okay, don't click. Okay, stop until there. Okay, so once you already upload the data set, right? So it will show, you can click on this arrow here. So it will show you all this list. Okay, so from this list, you have social media data, the data that you uploaded. So you go to this three dot again, and then you click this one, and then you have all this list. You go to the copy part. Okay, done? Okay. Okay, so I open my Google Colab.
Does it have to be CSV or Excel? Because the one which you have downloaded Excel, you show CSV.
I think can both.
Okay.
Okay, so if you scroll down this code, right, later on at the down there, you have this part. This part. You can see? Okay, so here you select this, delete this, and then paste with the part that you copied just now. Just when you copy the copy part, right? So you replace this thing with the part that you copied just now. Done. Then you can click run. Click this run to check if you can get this data or not.
Got that error.
Got error.
Because it's pointing to CSV. So
Oh,
need to change.
you can change this to Excel. Okay, paste and then you can click can already. Okay, can? Just can already.
I changed the file to CSV.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Even if it's
Get error. Oh, you, oh, okay.
don't delete. So this one no delete to copy the part.
Copy part, and then you replace the whole thing.
Delete first, is it?
Mm. You delete the entire code. It's okay. Can still. Okay, you can type import data.
Import data.
Import data and then enter. Okay. Mm. Different. Mm. Oh. Can you open this? Okay, you save this as CSV. Save as CSV. Download, is it? Okay, now you upload it.
From the beginning or just?
Just upload. Just upload. Okay, copy part.
So in
Actually, it doesn't work.
okay.
You can you just copy her code? Her code. But the part you still need to copy paste. Okay. You type back the okay. But the part you copy again. can? Not yet. You already saved in CSV?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Dah kopi dah ke? Bosan.
Okay, done. Okay. So we keep that data first. We will scroll the first one. Okay. So we will see some basic visualizations. Okay. So first, plotting a bar chart. Okay. So the first thing is, okay, this one you can put hashtag there, and then you can write anything that you want. It's like a comment. Okay, you can just put everything there. And then we import these three libraries, pandas, numpy, and matplot. So pandas and numpy is basically to use the numbers, words, all that lah in Python. And then matplotlib is for the visualizations. Okay, so this one, these three are the very standard one lah. Every time we use Python, we will run this. Okay, so after we run this, we'll create a list. Okay, this one just a dummy data, just for our practice first. Okay, so data equals to, we just create some category from A to B and number of units sold. So let's say it's a product data. So we have 5 category of products and also their number of units sold. Okay, so okay, this is how we plot the graph. PLT. Remember just now we have that matplotlib as PLT. So we are importing this library and then we name it as PLT. So every time you want to use it, you need to type this long name. You can just type PLT. Okay, so that's why they just have PLT.bar. That means we use that function matplotlib to create a bar chart. Okay, so to create bar chart, what do we need? We need x and y axis, right? So we need to name it. df is the data name. Just now we save our data as df. Okay, so that's our data name. And then you choose your x and then y variable. So your x-axis is category, y-axis is number of units sold. Okay, after you assign your x and y, you can plot your graph. So this one basically the title, what title you want to do, and your x label, y label, the name of your x and y axis. Okay, plt.show, it show you the graph. Okay, so this is the graph. So now, what you can observe from the bar chart, we have 5 categories and we have the number of units sold. So which one is highest? D, right? So category D has the highest number of units sold and category A is the lowest. Right, so what decision we can make from this? What decision we can make? Increase marketing for A. Okay, so that's one thing. You can increase those who are selling very low. But how about the one that already high? increase stock, right? We can increase stock so that this will be maintained, and the others that are lower, you can input or you can implement some strategies so that we can increase those things. Okay, so this is very basic bar chart. So next we can find, okay, let's say you have a categorical data, right, but you don't know how many category you have. So you can use this dot unique function. It will show you what are the categories that you have. Okay, so in this data we have 5 categories. Okay, so let's say you want to change the color. You can put color equal to red under the PLT bar. Okay, you can just add this color equal to red. So it will give you a red color bar. Okay, and let's say you want colors for each of the bar. Okay, so you know 5 category, right? So you can assign 5 colors: red, blue, green, purple, orange, and then you name, you give name to that list of colors. Okay, let's say I name it colors. So later you just put that colors here. Okay, and also your titles. So they give you a bar chart like this, just to differentiate the categories. Okay, and then if you want to put numbers, you can just insert one more line here. So for I basically in Python we represent for repetitive. If you want to repeat the same thing, we put I. So for I, do this. For I, do this. Okay, so it will do the repetition. So for I, but how many times it need to repeat? Okay, we put the range. Range of length. LEN is the length of your data. So let's say you have 100 category, 100 rows, so it will change for your length. Okay, and then plt.text means we're going to insert some text. Okay, so what are the text that we're going to insert? Number of units. Okay, and then we place it in center. So everything else same, just these 2 line. So now it will have these numbers there. So basically, if it's hard for you to look at the axis and then find the exact number, so you can use this way lah. These are all in Python, we do one by one, right? In Power BI, we don't need to do that. Just click. Okay. So that's about bar chart. Okay, and then we have pie chart. Also same, we put plt.pie and then you assign your value. So let's say you want to see the number of units by category. But one thing about pie chart, we will use percentage, right? So you need to add O2PCT. That means you want to make the value as percentage. Okay, and the others are same. Your title, x-axis, y-axis, and PLT show. Okay, so you'll get a pie chart like this. Okay, then you can observe the same thing. So again, D is the highest one lah. We can look at the portion. Okay, and another one that we learned just now, line graph. So line graph also same. Let's say we have another data which is by month and sales. So you have January until December and the sales for this data. So you can create this data and then again same plt.plot, you assign your x and y. So your x is your month and y is your sale. This marker 0 is this one. You want it in round shape. Okay. There's a lot, but we just go through like very simple one because we will focus in Power BI later. Okay, then others are same lah. So PLT X tick rotation 45. This one is for the value. So we rotate it to 45 degree. Okay. And then grid, so you'll have this grid line and all that. Okay, so it's a line chart. So I can observe from your line chart. The highest sale is on August and the lowest is January. But even though January is very low, it's not 0. We still have some value, 150. Okay, and overall it is actually increasing until August. But after that, we have some. So what could be the reason? You need to find all that. What could be the reason and how you can increase this back. So maybe maybe it because of this month they are not using that product. Okay, they still have the stock or something. Okay, you need to liaise with the other departments. Okay, so it's basically to see the trend lah. Okay. Okay, so if you want to compare between two lines, right? Let's say you have product A and product B. Again, same. You just have two products. So you repeat all the things, but twice. You plt.plot, plt.plot, but you repeat 2 times because you have 2 graphs, right? So you repeat 2 times, and then you'll have 2 graphs like this. So just now we have 0, right, marker, and then now we put marker X, so your graph will show X like this, just to differentiate the line. Okay, so product A and product B, comparatively, both product is same, right? They are trying, the highest and lowest are same. So you can find what could be the wrong. Maybe it's not about the product, right? Maybe it's your service. So these are basic things. Okay, and another thing that I told you, right, the install version and also the online version. So this one code here, you can add code up here. So if you look at this generate here, this is basically the generative AI tools, okay, like ChatGPT, Gemini, all that. So you can click here and then you can ask it to do something. Okay, let's say create a line chart. Okay, so it will do that for you. It will give you the code. Okay, let's say I put, but you need to be very specific lah. Create a bar chart for okay, so you just copy the data and then you ask bar chart for this. Okay, and then you enter. It will give you the code, so you can just run. df is not defined. Okay, I run the code first. Okay, so it will give you the bar chart. Okay, because our objective is not to memorize the code. Okay, anyone can do the coding, right? Our thing is to save the time and to get the charts. Okay, so now since the technology is very evolving, we can just use that too. But still, you need to know your variables, your data, all that. Okay, because the instruction that you put in the generative AI should be very specific. Okay, Ken, any questions so far? All good? Okay, so let's try with the social media data. So this one is basically a social media data where we have user ID, age, gender, platform, daily usage, they post per day, likes they receive per day. So each row represent what? Each individual, right? So each row represents each individual. So the first one, their age is 25 and they are female. They use Instagram platform and their daily usage time is 120 minutes, means they spend 2 hours. Okay, but I think it wouldn't be really true lah, right? Okay, so no matter any data that we use, right, the first thing is to get the basic information about the data. Okay, so you can add code here. Okay, you can ask for, you type the data set name dfsc.info. Okay, your dataset name .info. You type this and then it will give you basic information about the data, like how many rows we have, what are the variables we have, is there any missing value in your data. Okay, so basically here we have 676 entries. That means that is your row. Okay, 67C 0 until 675. That means you have this data consists of 676 individuals. Okay, social media usage. And you have 10 columns, which is user ID, age, gender, and all this. Okay, and then this side we have non-null. What is null? Null values. Null values means missing values. Okay, empty values. So non-null means it is complete. So you can check here, is the values same with the value at the up here? If same, then it's a complete data. We don't have any missing value. Okay, and this is the data type. Okay, so we have integer and object. Integer means whole numbers. Okay, like 2, 3, all that. And then like object means it's a text. Just like gender and platform just now in the data we have text, right? So it's in object data type. Okay, so this one is very useful for you. If let's say you have any data that is not in the correct data type, you can change first before the analysis. Okay, so it's a very basic understanding about the data lah. So now let's do some tasks. Okay, so I want you to use the social media data and then create one bar chart for the number of posts by platform, also in orange color. You can just copy paste the code, or you can use the generative AI. Create one pie chart for number of posts but by gender and explain the insight you observe. Okay, can? Clear? You want me to repeat? Can, right? Just try. It's okay if you got error, if it's okay if you cannot start or you cannot continue. We learn. Okay? So I give you around 10 to 15 minutes. Can? Can? The instruction is clear, right? You can also use the generative. So you put the data set name and then you put the variable name, you ask it to create. All good? Okay, let me show you one example now for the generative part. So now I already have this data, right? Okay, I can ask this, okay, create a bar chart. Okay, you just, this one lah, create one bar chart. Okay. For the df underscore sc data above, okay. So this variable's name, you need to put the exact variable name. Number of posts. So posts per day. You copy here and then you just paste here. By platform. Okay, so it will give you the code, you just run. So it will give you the graph. Okay, that's one example. But you need to be very specific about the variable name and also your data set. So who did it? The first will get 5 points. Done. Platform is not there.
Huh?
Mm,
What did I do?
there's something wrong with the variable.
Platform.
Mm,
Yeah,
platform.
This is right, the variable.
Yeah, correct.
Or do I need to load it or something?
You already load the data, right?
With here, right?
Uh.
Yeah. So you should be able to get from the top.
Yeah,
is it?
correct. Show me the one that you type.
This one?
This one you copy paste from the up one, is it?
I copy and then I change.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
was just trying to do
okay.
that.
DF. Okay, the DF. DF is the previous one. This one DF underscore SC.
Oh, okay. Because it's reading to DF.
Correct.
Alright.
So you change the DF.
DF underscore SC. So everything.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, you actually asked me. Oh, you actually asked me to add this.
Uh,
Copy, change, what is this one? Is he trying to help me?
yes, yes.
So,
That's the advantage actually.
how do I remove this?
You highlight.
I cannot highlight it.
Cannot.
Now it's okay. Oh, it actually changed it for me.
Okay.
So it's only this line is the problem.
Correct. The second one.
So I'm actually referencing the wrong
The
set.
data. That's why, because the error just now, remember, it shows the platform is not available.
Okay.
Because just now the
So still
DF.
pointing to the wrong,
Correct.
wrong data set. Okay.
Correct. Then. Okay, good. Use generative AI, is it? Okay, since you finish, first I give you 5 points. Keep it down.
Should we have like 5?
Yeah, it should be for all the platform. Wait, come that side. Show me your code. Okay. Okay, copy again. Copy the entire thing. You can just put your cursor, Control A, Control A, and then Control C. Okay. Okay, go down, scroll down. Okay, create new, this is new code. Okay, paste. Okay, this data, right? This one we actually used sample data just now, but now we have the social media data, right? So you just delete these rows. And also the upper one. Correct. Okay. So this DF is the name of the data that we used previously. Now what's the data set name? DF underscore. Okay, you wait, scroll down. Scroll down. This one.
Oh, DF
Underscore, yes. So you change all the DF to DF underscore SC.
What about this one? I don't understand.
Oh, that one you need.
Import pandas for every.
It's memang standard.
Oh, okay.
Okay, try run. Okay, wait, number of posts you change to the correct name. Scroll down. Okay, post per day. This one you copy. Okay, run. scroll down, category. Okay, category not here, right? Platform. Change to platform. Because we are plotting for platform. So. Okay, run. Okay, you scroll down. What's the arrow? Platform. Okay, got space. Because you need to be very, very specific. Okay, scroll down. Scroll down. Post per day. Also got the DF. DF underscore SC. Again. Platform. Okay, this one got space. Space and also that one, both. Okay, run. Should be okay. Okay, finally. So the same thing for pie chart. Okay. Okay. All good, done. So, okay. So if you're done, you can try to type what insight you get from the graph. What you can observe. You can type, there got the text, right? This one, text. So you can type here. Okay, let's see. Post per day. Gender. Pie chart for post per day by gender.
Have to be the other way. What? Is it? Like that?
Let's try.
But this one give me an error. That
Okay, can check what error. Scroll down. Corner. Okay, it should be the other way.
It should be now.
The just now, the previous one.
But then
Label gender, correct?
is it my label?
PLT dot plot. Okay, your plot PLT dot py.
A copy from above as well. I mean, this is wrong. This is wrong.
No, they don't just comment.
Yeah.
Where you ask the generative thing.
Where do I?
Okay, you scroll down.
Go down.
Okay, you click somewhere down here. Okay, now. Cannot. Okay, you can click here.
To here.
Okay.
Then
No, go click somewhere here.
okay.
Somewhere here. You put your just cursor. Cannot. Okay, up. Okay, good. Okay, so you click on the generative. Okay, you type there. Create a pie chart for. Okay, and then you copy this.
For this.
Okay, enter. Okay, so okay, try run now. Should be correct, but it's the same, right? Let me check with mine. Okay, try change this one. Pie chart for only put the variable name.
This.
Delete all that.
This.
All the entire thing until
Yeah.
delete
Correct.
delete
Delete.
delete until here.
You mean
Delete.
this whole thing.
Yes.
Delete.
Okay, so pie chart for post per day. This one, type this one with the comma, the code. Okay, post per day.
Per day. Okay.
Okay, close and
And
okay, another code gender.
correct.
Okay, for the wait, it's okay. Just continue for df underscore.
Yeah, underscore
I see data above.
data.
Data above. Okay. Okay, try run this one. Okay.
Now looks good.
Good. Because they count by, because just now got a lot, right? It's actually take all the rows. It doesn't calculate.
Gender count.
So they take the count and also the gender.
What mine is saying?
Create a bar chart for the post per day by platform in the orange color for DFSC data above. Okay, so the error is PLT is not defined. Okay, you PLT, you try to run again the library. Go up the first code, first one. Okay, this one you copy. Copy. Okay, go to the down one. Okay, paste up there. Paste. Okay, run. Okay. Because we didn't run again the library, right? So it cannot detect. So you just run back. Okay, can.
Can.
Okay, pie chart. Okay.
But I think the data is not exactly correct. Right? This one is just showing the percentage of male and female. It's not about post, right?
The
Because
percentage.
if I just do a quick calculation, post by female, there's like 55%
Okay.
female. So
The pie chart shows 50.
50, which is actually, if let's say I use gender, right? Then this is actually 50. So it's still
Because just now the this one they calculate gender, right?
it's
Count.
only gender. It doesn't take into consideration the post per day. So there is something still missing.
Okay, wait.
So
Gender count.
where can we add that? I guess.
Okay, you can go down the. Actually, should can we create code down here? Same like the cursor just now, right? We put cursor and then got code and text. Don't have okay. So you generate again, generate. Okay. So you can put the values. The values should be for the post per day by gender. It's like we are having the conversation with them.
Yeah, so it's okay.
Okay, so
Okay, now
now correct. Okay, run. This one just run. Oh, bar.
you can buffer.
You can put.
Can I add
Or up here, a pie chart. Can lah. Okay, run. Okay, now correct.
Now correct, okay.
55, okay. So that's why it should be
It's grouping.
very specific. 55, right?
Yes.
Correct.
The difference is at the gender count.
The gender count for that post. So like
now,
by
now it's grouping like this.
so by gender, what is the number of count
Now it's on gender, this one is
together? Correct.
the rest is the same.
Then actually, it's quite different, right? Okay, because this one they take the count for gender, right? But we want post per day by gender. So how? You can use the generative thing. Okay. Click on the generative, generate. The generate, the word, click. So you can ask him the pie chart above. Should be for post per day. Post per day, no need number. You exactly take the variable name.
This one, right?
No, from the data. Yes, post per day, correct. Without space. Post per day and gender, by gender. By gender. Okay, try. Enter. Okay, show me the code. Down day of week. Okay, you add in the script just now using the okay, what's the data name that you assign? DFSC, same.
This one.
For the okay DF, okay, for the DF data above. Okay. Okay, run. Now correct. Now they take the gender, the number of posts, but by gender. So how many of them, what is the number of posts by male, by female? So you can see who posts a lot. Okay. Can. Okay, show me your pie chart. Sorry. Okay, so you. Okay. Because why? Because they take post per day and then gender, right? So they take all the rows. So what you can do, you scroll down. Okay, add one code up here. Okay, generate. Okay, and then generate. Okay, so you ask create pie chart for post per day. You copy post per day, this one. Okay, paste there. By gender. Okay, for df underscore sc data above. Okay, right? Okay, there's something error. Have you run the data? Okay, try run. Still same. Post per day. Okay, you add by taking the count. The count. Okay. Okay, should be correct. Correct, 55. 50. Right. Okay. Okay, add count of posts per day. By gender. Okay. Okay, run again. Same. 50. Okay, correct.
So we need to be specific.
Very, very specific. Because they don't know, right?
The previous.
Okay, this one because they straight away take all the rows. So we need to specify that you take the count for gender for the post by gender. So you calculate how many female are there in the number of rows. Okay. Okay. Done. So can anyone share what insight they got from the bar chart first? So this one just add colors. Okay, you can add colors also if you want. Okay, what insight you can get? But I asked you in orange color, right? Okay, what insight you can get? So the first one is bar chart of posts per day by platform. Instagram has the highest number of posts per day, correct. So they frequently use Instagram lah. The posts that have been shared in Instagram has the highest, followed by Twitter. And if you notice, WhatsApp, Telegram, and Snapchat, they are same. Also, LinkedIn and Facebook, they are same, right? And sadly, LinkedIn is the very lowest one, okay? But that's the thing that we can use to expand our network, but that's the lowest one, okay? So what else? Just now who answered? You right? You answered right just now. Okay, what else you can observe? So if let's say you are working in a company, marketing company that you want to market your product. So now you can observe that most of the people, they post daily in Instagram, right? So what you can decide? Correct, you can promote in Instagram or instead of other platform, right? So if they keep on posting on Instagram, that means they have higher engaging in Instagram, right? So you can plan for 4 marks for you. You can plan to market in Instagram. Okay, what else? Anything else that we can get? Also, it differs for our objective, right? If you want to do marketing, then you can go for Instagram. So what if your objective is different? Let's say, what else that we can do with social media? Let's say you're very new, you don't have any social media. So based on this one, you want to see which one you can install so that, let's say you are an introvert. So you just want to use social media to see some random posts, don't want to engage with anyone, right? So you can go with Facebook because that's the lowest one. So it varies based on our objective. What is our objective? Okay. Okay. How about pie chart? So pie chart is posts per day by gender. So we can see here, most of the posts is posted by female compared to male, but still not much different, right? Only like 10% different. So you can observe what decision you can make. We know that Instagram is the highest one, and then by gender we know that female post more. So what you can strategize there? Let's say you are selling a product. Can we market more on Instagram? So which product you want to market? Something related to female. Okay, so that's how we connect the points. First we go for number of posts, and then we go with gender, and then we also have other variables like just now we have the dominant emotion also just now. Comments, messages, also dominant emotion. So we can see, do they feel happy when using Instagram? Do they feel boring using Instagram? So let's say they are using Instagram frequently, but they feel boring, right? So we cannot execute our plan there because they just scroll down. They don't really engage with anyone, right? Okay. So you can go by variables, and then you can connect all the dots. Okay. Clear? Any questions so far? So it's not just very basic thing on social media. Later we will use the same data in Power BI, and we see how we can make the visualization even more interactive and also insightful. Okay, we can even add more variables in the same chart. Okay. So, all good so far?
Why my graph is quite different?
Different. Okay. It's also different now. But you use the same code, right?
Yeah. That the
This site. This one maybe might be because of this. Or try change this to average. Show me your code got some code for the bar chart. Okay, they don't have this thing.
They have the average. What's the index?
Or don't use this. Also same. Oh, okay. I check again later. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Any question? Any comment? Anything you want to clear? All good, right? Can follow, right? Okay. So we can go for a break. 15 minutes, 15, until 11:10. Then we back. We continue with Power BI. Okay, can? Okay. Hello. Break. Okay, so we continue. So before we continue with our hands-on Power BI, let's test your memory. Okay, so just a very simple, quick quiz. Okay, so you can go to quizzes. Okay, you can open your Google or Chrome, and then you type quizzes. Then you can enter this code to join. Done? I think you need to log in with your Gmail. Okay, three more. The slides will be shared after the session. Okay, meanwhile you can recap a bit. So what we have learned, one more. We have learned the main three charts, okay, bar chart, line chart, and also pie chart. Okay, actually there are a lot of charts, but they are just basics. Okay, later we explore in Power BI. Okay, done. So let's start. Okay, it'll show you the question. Okay. Okay. Tough fight, huh? Okay. Then we already got the winner. So is it easy? Tricky? Done. All done. Afika done? Done with all questions, is it? Not yet. Oh, Afika, which one Afika? Okay, done. So we end, and there we got the. Okay, we got the winners. So we give points for each one of you. Roy and Nurin. Okay, 5 marks for you, 5 points, and then 4 points for you. Nurin, Mishan, Nurin. 3. Okay. So let's review the questions. So the first one, what is the best chart to compare the total number of users on each social media? Bar chart, right? Because they didn't mention the word pi. Correct or not? If they pi percentage, sorry. If they mention the word percentage, then it's pie chart. Okay. So next, which chart would best show the percentage distribution of users by gender? So this is what we have done just now, right? So it's obviously pie chart. Okay, all correct. To show how daily usage time changes with age, which chart would you use? The correct answer is line, but there are one player choose bar and one stacked bar. Who chose bar chart? Okay, why bar chart? Okay, bar chart will be suitable also, but the most suitable is line chart. Bar chart also you can plot age, but they mention the keyword daily usage. So you want to look for the trend, line chart is the suitable one. Okay, and stacked bar chart. Okay, why stacked bar chart? I just choose. Okay, so the most suitable one is line chart. And next, to show the percentage of users using Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So they mentioned 3 platforms, right? Which chart is most suitable? Okay, pie chart, correct. And a dashboard shows user activity by gender. The designer uses blue and pink to represent 2 groups. However, the chart doesn't label which color belongs to which one. So why might this still be effective? Because it's a universal color, right? We all know that blue and pink stand for male and female. So 3 colors are universally known for gender representation. Okay. Anyone confused with this one? Because most people recognize blue as female and pink as male. Obviously no, right? Okay. You are designing a chart to show how branches perform against sales target. Which approach best follow? Best follows color psychology and avoid confusion. So the answer, use green for high, yellow for average, and red for low. And we got one wrong answer, use red for high performing branch. Who's this? Accidentally, okay, acceptable. Okay. Next, you are creating a chart to show product return. Which color would best immediately signal a problem to most viewers? Red, right? Okay, product returns. How many products are returned? So, without even stating the product return, you can just show red color and then they will understand there is something wrong there, right? Danger. Okay, next, a report uses green for losses and red for profit, losses and profit. Why is this a poor color choice? Say against the standard color. Obviously, we know green for the positive and red for negative. Why visualizing data is important? It's easily understandable. Save analysis time? Obviously, no, right? We need to analyze so that we can create the chart. So it won't save the analysis time, but it will save your presentation time. Okay? So, which one is better to represent 1000 row? Table or visualization? Table. Who choose table? 1000 rows, right? So it's hard for you to see for the trend or anything, highest, lowest. Okay, so that's all. Any question regarding the quiz? Okay, so we continue with Power BI. So everyone have installed already, right? Okay. So if you have installed, you can open back your Power BI. You can just click on your Power BI and it will show you like this. Same. You need to sign in. Sign in to your Power BI. All good? Okay. So this is how it looks. So we will choose the blank report. Okay, this one. This one blank report, and then this one you can open your past work, and here it will show some past work if you already done a few in this account. And then this one Lake Data Hub, Excel work, SQL, learn with all this lah. Okay, so next we have this one. So you click on this first, blank report, done. Okay, so it will show you this one, this page. So you can have all these menu bar. So the first one is basically the page. Okay, this is the page. So here you can plot your graph, you can put your table and all that. And then the second one, the table icon, is to show your data. You can click on that, it will show the data that you import. And the third one is to connect between a few data set. Okay, and the last one is to perform some operations. You want to join a few variables, you want to create new variable, all that you can do here, DAX. Okay, so first we get the data first. So you go to the get data, or you can also click on this Excel icon. Okay, and then you choose Excel workbook, this one. Okay, and then it will pop up to choose your data, and then you import the social media, the same social media data. Okay, then it will show you like this. All good until this part? Is it same? Different? Okay, so you can click on load. Can? Okay. Done?
Where's the load button?
You click on this one. The small box there. Click. Okay. How to know it's already there? Okay, not yet. Okay, let me open my Power BI. Meanwhile, you can find how you know the data is already there. So it will show you like this all your previous works. If you have done any, it will show you like this. Okay, so you can just open lah. Okay. Let me import the data. So have you found how to know that you already... This one, if you cannot see the data when you want to import, right, you change this to all file. Okay. So let's say we use very big data, right, large data set. It will take a lot of time to load the data. So that's one limitation of Power BI. Okay, then how to know? You can click on this data bar here, or it will show like this one. Down. Okay, so you'll have this. Same? Okay. So here you can click on this arrow and you can see all the variables that you have in the data. Okay. So now this is the page that we're going to create all the things. You can click on the second one, this one. It will show you the data. Okay, it will show you the data. So what is the use of this thing? You can play around. Okay, let's say I click on this gender. Okay, I click on this, you click. Okay, now at the top there you got all these, right? So the first one here is the name. Let's say you want to change the name of the variable, the name of your column. You can just change here. Okay, or if you want to change your data type, so you can just change here. Okay, what format is your data? Just now we used the data.info, right? So what format is the data? We can look at here, and then all the things. If you want to sort, okay, this one basically if you want to do any manipulation to your data. Okay, and this one to connect data, and this is where you will do all the modeling, all that. Okay, which we will not cover in today's lesson. Okay, so first we start with very simple data. So just now we have done with number of posts and also number of posts and gender platform. Okay, so you can just click. Okay, it will give you a graph here. Okay, you can also change the size. Okay, if you want, you can change your size. Also, you can change your location. You can play around where you want to put. All good so far? Okay. So let's say you want to assign different colors based on the platform. Okay. So you have a legend menu here, right? This one, legend. Legend stands for your reference. Okay, what are the categories we have? So you can take this platform, you put your cursor here, and then you double click, drag to your legend. Okay. Okay. Also, if you want to change, okay, this one now they take sum, right? Sum of the posts. Let's say you only want to look for the average post by platform. So you can click on this arrow here. Okay, you click and then you have all these options. You go to the average. You can click on average. Okay, can? So far all good? Okay. So you can play around with this one. Okay. Let's say we want to do pie chart. So you just click on pie. It will give you a pie chart. Okay. Also, you want to change, okay, this one, the second icon here is to format your visuals. Okay, let's say you want to change the background of your graph, or you want to change the name of your legend, all that you can do here. So first we have legend. Okay, this one, now it located at right side, right, in the middle. So that's why center right. You can change. Let's say I want top right. So it will change you like this. Or let's say I want top right but stick. That means it will give you like in this one. Okay, and then your text, you can bold the text and then you can make it italic. You can increase the size or even you can change the color. Okay, so the text color will be changed. Okay, and title is for the title of your legend. Okay, you can play around here. You can put type of legend and all that. Okay, let's say you don't want different colors or you want to change some colors. So you can click on the slices. Slices means it's each slice of the pie. So you can change your color here. Okay. And then details label. So if you look into the values, we have outside, right? Let's say you want to put inside. You can also choose inside. Okay, it will give you inside. So you can play around. Rotation, you can rotate. Okay. Easy, right? If in Python you need to write the code, but here you just click. Okay. So next, okay, let's say done with this one. Okay, let's say next we go with dominant emotion and also user ID. So it will give you the count. How many of them say they have anger emotion? How many of them say anxiety? How many of them boredom? Okay, so we just click on the user ID. It will count the user. Okay, here if you look, this one they have count. Okay. So this one, if you want to keep the table, you can just keep your table here. Then you can choose again your dominant emotion, user ID, and then you click your what graph you want, what chart you want to use. Okay. This one we call it as donut chart. It's basically the same like pie chart lah. Okay. So let's say we put bar. So how to change these colors? How to change the colors? Let's say I want to change based on the dominant emotion. How? We just drag, okay? Just click and then you drag to the legend. It will change. Okay. Also, if you want to change the legend, also can. This one not looking nice, right? Straight like this, so you can change it. Okay, maybe we can go with one more, gender. Okay, let's say I choose gender. And count. And then make a pie chart. Okay, so this one gender, right? But they give blue for both. You can change the color. Okay, go to this visual and then go to slices. You change the color for female. Change it pink. Okay. Okay, so now we have 3 charts here, right? One is pie chart for the average post per day by platform. Another one is pie chart of count by gender, how many gender we have, people by gender. And we have count of user by dominant emotion. So now, how to connect all this? Let's say you already create this one, but you want to only focus on female. So we click on this pink color. Everything will change. Initially like this, right? You click on pink color, everything will change. So there are 344 females. And among those females, these are the percentage of those using each platform. Okay, you can click back. Initially, this pie chart for the platform, right? Let's say we take Instagram. Okay, so Instagram we have 26%, right, of users. But when you click on this female, now the percentage is 31. That means they only show for female. Also for the platform. So how many female feel platform dominant emotion? So how many female feel happy? About 100. How many of them feel anger? Okay, so you can compare by that. This is how you connect the lines. Okay, Ken, so far? Okay, what else we want to connect? Let's say age or daily usage. Okay, this one count. You can also add page down there. If you want to do different analysis, you can just add your page. Okay, let's say page 2. So now I want to build a story. I want to connect everything. Okay, like just now, we just take one thing, the number of posts, and then we look that by platform, by gender, and also by dominant emotion, right? So let's do the same thing. Okay, now maybe I want to take comment. Okay, so we take comments received and also by gender or user ID. So we go from general. How many comments does each gender get? Okay, so we take this. Okay, so very simple one first. How many comments they have? Can change the color. Okay, this one we have these data labels, right? You can on this data label, so it will give you the label up there. Okay, you can see the label here. Okay. Maybe we change it to pie chart. Only 2, right? We change it to pie chart. Then you change the color. Okay, so this is the first thing that we extract from the data. So out of 600 and how many total just now? Okay, so out of 676, we have 54% of female and 45% of male. So this is the same pie chart that we did in Python just now. Okay, so that's the first thing that we can get. So based on this, we want to go into deeper a bit. So how many of them are using which platform? Okay, so we choose platform and also user ID. We want to look for the number of users for each platform first. So we choose the platform and user ID. From here, we create a bar chart. Okay, platform and user ID. So you create a bar chart here. The table is not compulsory. Let's say you need that table, then you can insert. If no need, no need. If don't want, no need. Okay, you can put anywhere. Maybe beside. Okay. So we change the color. Okay. So that's the second thing. We are connecting from the baseline, how many female are there, and then we go by platform. Okay, next, which one we need to focus? Okay, next. Now we know how many male and female user. We know by platform. Next. How we can connect? What variable to choose? Gender for each platform. Okay. So now we already have platform and the count, right? So now you can add gender to your legend. So this is what we call as stacked bar. You'll have the same bar, but you'll have portion for male and female. Okay, so you can just click here. If you want only for male or female, you can click here. Or you can just click here to look for the female. So there are 54% of female, and from the bar, we can go for the values. Okay, if you want focus on male, you just click on male, it will show in the same bar. So from this, you can save your space. Right, you don't need to create the same bar chart for gender, for male one, and then for female one. You can just create in the same bar. Okay, let's say next we want to look for the messages sent by platform. Also by gender. Okay, so if you click this one, okay, also you can change your top right. Okay, so same like just now, you just click on one gender and then all the graph will change accordingly. Okay, so you can say that you can present that, okay, there are 54% gender, and among them Instagram is the mostly used platform. And when we look into the messages, also same, they get more messages in Instagram compared to the other platform, right? So their engaging rate in Instagram is the highest, right? Comparatively, if you look for male, their highest is Twitter, right? They use more Twitter, but their comments they get, the messages is more on Instagram. Okay. Okay, what else we can add? How about dominant emotion? Okay, let's say I go with dominant emotion by gender. Okay. Okay, so let's choose gender and dominant emotion. So they give you by gender, and then you can go with bar chart. Dominant emotion. Oh, we go with count of gender first. So we choose gender for our X and then user ID for Y. Okay, and then you add the dominant emotion in your this one. Or you can change this. Okay, so this one also another graph. Wait, I show a new page. Okay, so this one another way of visualizing. If you look here, it is by count and gender, right? Gender and count. But in gender, they also give it in the dominant emotion. So you can look by each category. Okay, so for anger, you can compare male and female. For anxiety, you can compare. So how to do this? You put both the variable under your X. Okay, if you also add platform, it will also change accordingly, but it's very messy, right? Okay, the list will go on. So you can just put everything in one graph, but depends on your data and also your objective. Okay, if you do like this, it will be a bit confusing for the viewers lah. Okay, so you can limit. Can? All good? Okay, can change color. Let's say okay, horizontal title. Okay, this background here, right? This background here is the background color. Okay, let's say you want to change the background color to orange. Okay, so it will change the background of the numbers. Okay, and then general. So you can play around this one. Okay, this one. Under the general, you go to effect and then you can choose the background color. Okay, let's say I choose blue. Very vibrant. Gold. Okay, you can change the color of your graph. Okay, you can change any color. Okay, this one you change the entire page. Okay. If you click on the plot, you can change the plot. So you unclick, it will show, or you click on the page, it will show you the changes that you can make to the page. Okay, so you can go to this wallpaper and then change your color. You can also insert some images. Okay, and one more thing, you can add text here, cut. Okay, we call it cut. Okay, let's say, okay, wait. This one. Okay, let's say you click for number of users. So it will show you how many users. Okay, so let's say I click only for female, right? This one. The numbers also will change. So everything in that page will change. It will be specifically for that. Okay, if you choose one platform, let's say Instagram, so everything will be changed. So there are 150 Instagram users. Okay, let's say I choose, we don't have this one. Okay, let's say the dominant emotion, right? So I create card for user. Okay, so let's say I choose sadness. So everything will change. So there are 100 of them. Feel sad using social media. Okay, you can also change this value. Let's say you don't want user ID, you want post per day. Also can. Okay, any numerical values lah. Okay, or you want messages per day. Okay, also can. So you no need to calculate. You can just click and then it will give you. Clear? Any question? Okay. So let's do some practice. Okay, so you can scan this QR and it will give you another data set. Okay, you can download. Okay, so it's a product data set. Done, right? Okay. Okay, you can save this. You can go to file and then you save as. Then you can save anywhere that you want to save, like in your desktop or anywhere. Then you open the new one for the new data set. Okay, let's import the data into the Power BI. Okay, we go to blank report and then choose data. It's it's a sales data, right? Sales. Okay, you can click on the small box there and then load. Okay, done until this part. Done. Okay, so this is a sales data which we have date, we have customer segment. Okay, if they are you can also click on this arrow. It's like Excel. It will show you all the categories. So we have consumer, corporate, and home, and then we have region. Okay, east, north, south, west. We have product category, furniture, office supply, technology. We have product name specifically, unit sold, unit price, sales, discount, profit. Also, we have month here. Okay, and also profit margin. So, this one, right, you click on the date. So, if you look into that, they have day and then date, including year, everything. Okay, let's say you're not interested to have a long list like this. You can go to this one, format. You can go to the format up here and then click on the arrow. It will ask you which format you want to change. You only want the date or you only want the month, year. Okay, which one you want, you can change. You can pick, or you want short date. Okay, you can click from here. So your task now is, I want you to use this data and then create the dashboard. Just now I only show you some basic things, right? So I want you to do something interesting. Okay, a story. Okay, so this one is a real data set of sales. So how are you going to present this? This is the sales data, right? You have sales, profit, and all that. So now you're going to present this to your boss. Okay, so what are the important things that you can take and how you can deliver that? Okay, Ken? So you try to use charts and also the card that we used just now. Also table, if you need table, then you can include table. So I give you like 20 minutes, enough, right? 20 minutes. Then we present. Okay, you bring your laptop and then you present in front your dashboard. Okay, Ken? So you make sure there are connection between each chart, so that you can have some story. You can also change this one. There are too many values, right? So you can change. You click on this profit margin and then same like just now. Click on the arrow, sorry, this one, format. So you can go to decimal number. Okay, it will change to just 2 decimal numbers instead of very long number, right? Okay, so you can play around. Same goes to profit. Okay, also got option for percentage. Okay, you can choose here. If you want to convert it into percentage, you can just choose. Just now we do by in the code, right? But here you just click. So who have done, the first one who done with the dashboard will get 5 marks, 5 points. So is the tools that you are using in your company same something like this? You know. Okay. Can?
If I want to put like one graph,
Mm-hmm. More line.
one type of
Okay, so you want
product category.
Product category. It doesn't pop out, is it?
Yeah.
Mm,
So I want one for
okay, this one I
ratio, one
remove.
for 10.
Just now you save already, the previous book.
Oh, we still.
Mm. Okay, month, sum of sales. Yeah, maybe. Oh, okay, okay. Because you click here, right?
Oh.
Ah,
Ah.
okay.
Is there a way to the sort the month?
Mm,
If it comes up or the idea August and June.
mm. Not. It's usually like this.
But it's still not right. December is
Mm-mm.
It's because of the data.
Maybe. Maybe we try to change here. Sort here. So maybe you can sort here first. Mm,
Because it's alphabetical.
oh. Maybe because it starts from April itself. Right. We have January.
It's alphabetical. A, B, F.
Mm,
Well, is it because of the data type? It's a text one.
correct. So since it's text,
There's no like month, right?
mm,
Date?
mm, we already have date here. Maybe you can play around with this one.
But this one got the
Ah, you can remove.
actual date.
You can click. Click. Okay, go to this format. Okay. You don't have month. To showcase their dashboard. You want? You can get 5 points. Five for the first two. First two. So you wait for the first one. No one, is it? Okay.
Hello, I am Mai. So this is my presentation. So as we can see the sales, I have your microphone. But I think everyone can hear, right? Do I need to use my phone? Huh? Yeah.
Yes. Better. We have that presenting feel.
Hello. Okay, the first part, I segregate into customer segment. So we can see the highest sales is for consumer, followed by corporate and also home office. And then below is the product category.
So what you can observe from the first chart.
From the first chart, the highest sale will be for consumer.
Okay, correct.
So we should target more on the consumer side instead of corporate and also home office.
But
Then
we also do some strategy to increase on the corporate
consumer.
and home side, right? Because it's quite
Yeah.
low, so you can focus on them. What strategy we can use? Maybe the product that we are selling, they're not using, so
Yeah. We can add
try-
more products
Yes, correct.
to accommodate for corporate and also home office.
Okay.
So for consumer, as you can see, the highest product they use is technology,
Okay.
and for corporate, they purchase from us. The highest is furniture, and the sales for office supplies and also technology is quite low for corporate. So maybe we can take a look at our products and increase the office supply and technology for corporate. Lastly, for home office, the highest one is technology, and the lowest will be furniture. Okay. And then for the segment, for the sales by product category. Okay, so the highest for
You can choose.
Product
It's the
is-
category, right?
I can choose here, right? From the card.
You can choose from this one also. You can click on.
Okay. But I want to focus on this one.
Also can.
Okay, as you can see, the highest sale is for phone used in technology, and the lowest is chair in the office supplies. Maybe most of office don't really use chairs because they have this
They do use,
hybrid.
but maybe they don't buy frequently.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay, so the next one, sales by month. The highest month is August, while the lowest is in November. So maybe we can recheck why is November is the lowest month than the rest. Yep. Okay. Sales for the region, as you can see, it's quite balanced. So maybe we don't need to really focus on one region because yeah, the sale is balanced. So this is the profit and the sales. So profit just come from sales. So basically, the highest profit will be from consumer. So maybe we can look through for corporate and also home office to increase our profit.
Okay.
Okay, that's all
Okay,
from me.
so
Thank you.
any comment? I want one comment from the others. Okay, can you go back to the other page?
Oh, okay.
One comment from others. I can see something that is not really suitable.
Okay.
Let's see, others can get the same comment.
Type of chart used
Okay, which one?
for the customer segment
Customer segment,
can be simplified to pie chart.
pie chart. Because we only have
This one,
three
this- oh, okay.
segment, right? So you can use pie chart, or you can also use donut chart if
Understood.
you want
Okay.
variety of charts, right?
Yeah, because
What else? What else? How about the product category? Does it look a bit compact?
yeah.
Right. So what you can do?
Line chart.
Line chart. Line chart.
It's over the time, right?
Line chart is basically to see the trend over the time. Maybe you can still choose bar chart, but you make it a bit bigger.
Oh, okay.
So the bar at the down there, you can make it a bit smaller, right?
What is this?
It's the arrangement of the charts basically.
Okay, understood.
Okay.
Okay.
Or you change the color based on the category also can.
Maybe I use a softer color.
Maybe you can change the legend and also your x-axis. Try change legend. The product name you bring it to your x-axis, and the product category you bring it to your legend. It's better now, right?
Yep.
Only 3.
Okay.
Okay. Any other comments? So what do you think about the presentation, the dashboard? Good? Good for the beginner stage, right? Almost you got fulfill everything. You have bar chart, stack bar chart, pie chart, also the cut. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you.
5 points for you. Okay, next. And 3 points for Askia for commenting on her. Okay. Okay.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So, this way. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My presentation will be mostly focused on the sum of sales, product category, region, and customer segment. So, first, I made a bar chart of a sum of sales sold by product name. So phone tops the chart with 24 million. The lowest sale will be for the chair, and the next will be for the product category. Furniture and as well technology almost same, but in terms of the percentage is a bit different. So that's something I noticed. And in terms of units sold, furniture is the most with 9,000, and office supply is the lowest with 8,000. So total sales made overall is 12.81 million, and units sold will be 26,000 for all the items. In terms of sales by region, it's almost similar, but
Slight changes.
slight changes on the
Different.
east tops the region wise, but by customer wise, I think consumer is more than corporate. Perhaps that marketing wise they can target home office and as well corporate. So the next I done is for next page will be for sales by month. So August is their quite fruitful month. They have 1.3 million, and the lowest will be November, perhaps because starts of season end. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. So what you can conclude from the analysis you have done?
From analysis I done, what I noticed is the consumer still tops the in terms of the
So your decision making, what are you going to do next?
what I feel is like since consumer already stable, so I focus on the home office and as well corporate.
Okay, good. So any comment? Can click
Go
on
to
the page one.
The page one. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, it's quite neat. Even though you use same type of charts, but it's clear. Like, can see the flow, right? Any bad comments? we don't call it bad, we call it constructive comment. Any constructive comment? No. No, all good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So next. Maybe we can go with one more. It's 5 points for you. One more? Anyone? One more. You want to? Because your dashboard is quite interesting.
Okay. Can I just put here?
Oh yeah, can. Sure. Can use this.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically, I try to cram everything in.
Uh-uh.
I mean, just because anyway we are learning, right?
Yeah.
On top here, basically, there's just a sum of the sales and profit, just to show the overall sales and profit. Below here is basically the kind of the trend, right, between the different, I would say, different region, compared to the different product categories.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
So here, actually, these two is I couldn't combine into one because of the value, right? This is very small.
Actually, we can, but we need to do some. We need to create one more column.
One more column. Okay. Yeah. So
So it's
I
a
didn't
bit
have time to learn that.
advanced. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to compare in terms of the sales and the units sold, right? Between the two, you can see there's actually a correlation there, lah. When of course, when the more units sell, more sales, basically,
Correct.
right? It doesn't really make any much sense of it, lah, right? Here, it's just a pie chart of the sales by customer segment, right? You can see it's pretty standard, right, in terms of the number of sales between all. And then here is just a breakdown between the different product
product.
of the sales. And what I have here is basically the total profit breakdown by the 3 different segments for each of the month, basically. And here is pretty much similar thing, but it's on the unit sold by each month by product name, basically.
So what you can conclude? What insight that we get from here?
Basically, in terms of the segment, it's pretty similar, right? There is no one segment that is more stronger than the rest. In terms of the sales, it kind of fluctuate, right? In terms of the profit, it kind of fluctuate, and the you can see that it's actually pretty similar as well, right?
Also same, correct.
The only thing is like certain months is a little bit lower for home office and corporate. Other than that, I think it's pretty similar, right? In terms of the product itself, there are certain products that I think was highlighted earlier. Is in terms of the sales can be much better. Example is this, which is a monitor. Monitor is a little bit lower compared to the rest, and also the laptops. When it comes to the unit sale, you can see it's also fluctuating up and down.
Okay, good one. So any comments, others? Any comment you want to give? No? No, all good. So which one among the three you would the best?
I think like this because it's simple.
Simple, right?
Yes.
Yeah, simple and can see the flow.
Yeah. This is because of the training. You dump everything
But
in.
still this one is good, it covers everything. Just that maybe we can just move around a bit to make it more nicer, but it covers everything. And also the first one also good for the beginner level. Okay, so thank you. Okay. Okay, thank you. So I can give you 4 points. Another 4. Alright. So now you can get a view, right? Like a picture, right? How to utilize Power BI for turning your data into insight. So this new column here, right? We won't cover this, but I just want to let you know lah. So this new column here is basically to create new values. Let's say you don't have this profit margin. Let's say you only have profit and discount. So you can use these two and then you create a new variable called profit margin. So you can just click on this new column and then it will give you here. Okay, so you can play around with the name and then how you're going to do that, everything lah. Okay, so new column and then new measure. Okay, so this is where you can create a code like how we do in Excel, right? You create the formula in Excel, the same thing. You will create a formula so that it will be filled up in the new column. Okay, the same thing. Okay, so far any question on Power BI? Just some fundamentals. Okay, it's interesting, right? How we can just put everything into one page, one dashboard, and then we can play around. It's also interactive. You can click, and then it show you the numbers of that. Okay. Okay, so no questions, all good? Clear? Okay, so let's recap what we have learned today. So before it pops up here, why not you try first what we have learned today? What we have learned today. From the starting until now. First we learn about type of charts, right? What are the charts we have? So we just go with very fundamental charts, which is pie chart, bar chart, and line. But there are a lot. Okay, there are a lot more. And then what else? The importance of visualization. We have differentiated, right? What is the life without colors and with colors? So the same thing goes to data also. Just now we have a few rows of data, but then we convert it into charts. Okay, which make it more insightful and more interesting, right? Okay, what else we learn? Hands-on Python. Okay, so the same thing, we convert into charts, and then we did the same thing in Power BI. So what is the difference between Python and Power BI? Which one you prefer? Power BI. Why? More convenient, right? No coding, okay. Actually got coding, but we didn't touch that part. The new measure is basically, it's like coding, like you need to create the if, else, all that. Okay, it's based on your objective still, how you want to manipulate your data. Okay, so we have learned what is the importance of data. So the important is it can ease our visualization process, our understanding, right, through visualization. So instead of reading the table to your audience, you can just convert it into charts and present that. Okay, and the second one, common visualization techniques and tools. So we have different types of charts, which you can do in Python, in Excel also can, and also in Power BI, also some other softwares lah. Okay, so what are the common tools and technique? We have bar, pie, line, and we have Power BI, Tableau. Okay, Tableau also more or less like Power BI, but more advanced. Okay. And the third one is effective visualization example. So what is effective? What is an effective visual? How we can say a visualization is effective? Easily understand, right? Easily understand what they are trying to convey. It saves your time. Okay, not the time to analyze, but the time to present. Right, you don't need to open one by one all the column and then present. Just by that one dashboard, you just click. Okay. So let's try some questions. Okay, for the recap. So identify whether the below statements are true or false. So the first one, data visualizations can help simplify complex data and make it easier to understand. True. True, false. True, right. Okay, and then a pie chart is an ideal tool for showing changes over time. False, right. Then what is the ideal tool or chart? Line chart, correct. Using too many colors in a single data visualization can make it harder to interpret. True, right. Okay, so there's some recap questions. So before we end the training, so one beautiful quote about visualizations. So just as we color our lives with experience, right? We color our life with experiences, right? Let's turn our data into vibrant stories through visualizations. Okay, just like how we did just now. Okay, so that's for today's session. And any question again? No. So you can count your points. Okay, green 5, orange 4, and yellow 3. How many points? 8, 10, 13, 12. Okay. So only slight difference. Okay, so just a small gift lah. Okay, for the winner. Congrats. Okay, so that's all. And thank you for joining the session. I hope you have learned something new that is useful for your work later on. Okay, so thank you.
On the question on the
Yeah.
report, there's some when we publish the report, right? Is there a way to make it into like a web base where you can share?
But we cannot do it in this.
Not the desktop version.
Not the free version, because this one is free version.
Okay, so
We can do that with the paid version.
version, okay.
You can you can connect with the database,
Okay.
but with
That
the
one's also paid.
yeah, correct. This one can, but then usually database they have a lot of rows, right? Like large data, so it will hang.
Right.
So better with the paid version.
Okay.
But the features are same, just that the small
So
limitation.
This is like more of offline. To
Correct.
download the data to
Correct.
So if you want it to be like real time to pull from the database, then it has to be paid version.
Correct. Then we can deal with big data.
Roughly, how much?
Still, I think still got limitations.
Roughly how much do you know?
Not sure, not sure. But it's quite high lah. Correct. Okay, done.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.